so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 36. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody?
And today is going to be a big, fat, thick episode. If this episode was a penis, it would be mine. Because it's going to be huge. Yeah, hit me with that. That was terrible. As soon as it came out, I felt bad about it. But nonetheless, this is going to be a very big episode. We actually delayed this episode because typically we do it on Wednesday evenings. Today are doing it on Thursday, obviously. And that is because of the delay of Season 4. Season 4 came out last night at 11 o'clock Pacific. So we wanted to get we wanted the patch to come out. We wanted to have notes. We wanted to have a roadmap. And we wanted to have some experience with the with the game in Season 4 before we did the pod. So that's why we're doing it now. But we're going to go back to normal Saturday and then every other episode henceforth. So a couple little announcements. All Tanner's links and shit are now in the show notes.
So cool to see it live in the middle of the night.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, we're getting a couple of viewers that we don't normally get because this is our different schedule. Fado, thank you for the 500 bits, dude. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Greetings from Germany. Love the pod. So cool to see it live in the middle of the night. Keep it up. Well, I appreciate you, Fado. I appreciate the support, man. And I do appreciate the kind words. Thank you for the biddies, sir. And we're keeping it going, I guess. Silvo Vitz with the 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go. Chandy Seeks, Kijit Man, G Bane 89, Fruity Pebbles, and DKA Peterson 2. Holy shit. Welcome, boys and girls, to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. And Silvo, thank you so much for the fucking gifted subs. Thank you, Fado, for the bits. I appreciate both of you very much. Very kind of you, boys. Much fucking obliged. So thank you, boys. Both of you. I appreciate it. All of you, really. So, as I was saying, Tanner's links are now in the show notes. So if you want to find his stream, his Twitter, his Instagram, donate to him. Those are in the notes as well. That's going to be for the podcast apps as well as YouTube from now on. And then those are have always been and always will be available as well in the Discord. Join the fucking Discord, which I've conveniently linked for you in the chat. And that can also be found in the show notes, of course. Also, the last episode we did of the Dropshot was a seminal episode. It was as hype as I had anticipated it would be, perhaps even more so. We had our first ever guest on the pod, and it was a white whale, holy grail, Moby Dick kind of Herman Miller-esque guest, and that is, read a book, that is at Modern Warzone, also known as, perhaps better known as, Young Douglas. So that podcast was crazy. It was long, super long. It was super fun. We got along really well. I was nervous about having a guest on, period. I was especially nervous about having on someone of his profile and stature. So he knelt down to our small but vibrant and extremely humble community and graciously gave us quite a fucking lot of his time. And I had a lot of fun doing that interview. He brought a lot of followers here. We got a lot of eyeballs on the pod live, like triple what we normally get. And that was really great. And then my Twitter's kind of been blowing up. How has your Twitter engagement been since then, Tanner? Pretty good?
Mine's been, yeah, fantastic.
Pretty
actually.
good. Yeah, pretty good. So, so if any of you listening are new and you found out about us from Young Douglas, also known as Modern Warzone, let us know. And it would be nice to see if you found our community from Young Douglas's community. I know that we ourselves sent a couple people over to Doug, but I'm assuming we got back more than we gave as far as viewership and all that. So let us know. Join the Discord. The Discord is fucking popping. It is popping, dude. It's like a bowl of Rice Krispies and the milk just first splashed in, just crackling. So I'm full of shit analogies today, but nonetheless, so thank you all for that. And it would be interesting to hear that. Pritch, 1,500 more biddies. Let's fucking go. Pritch, another sick cunt. A sick, good cunt. Tanner has his own soundboard now, unfortunately for the listener. But nonetheless, Pritch, thank you so much again, dude, for the 1,500 biddies. And this segues into my next point. During that last podcast where we interviewed Doug, I literally couldn't keep up with everything going on, like in Twitch chat. The chat was on fire, as well as like the bit donations, the subs, the follows, the gifted subs. And after I had warned everyone that I can't get to it in the middle of the podcast. But nonetheless, after the podcast, I still did feel bad. I still do feel bad. I tried to like acknowledge everyone, say thanks to everyone personally. So if I missed you, if I glossed over you, I truly am sorry. But it was a 3-hour podcast without me interrupting. So if I had like, engaged with all that, it would have just gone on for like 5 hours. So I hope you guys understand, but I really do, to everyone, at any time, of course, but especially last episode when we had Doug on, I really do appreciate the support. And if I gave you an abbreviated acknowledgement, I want you to, I am sorry. I am sorry, and I hope you understand, and I hope that you will forgive me. So, and then of course, the Vaping Viking, who has been the patriarch of the Dropshot family, gave me a ton of support that night, has given me a ton of support in the past, as well as Tanner. And as I understand it, he went over to Young Douglas's stream and gave a little support over there as well. So, as always, of course, special, big, huge shout out to Vaping Viking. All of you, everyone's support means the world, but Viking's got a lot to give, as it were, it turns out. So we appreciate it here. We appreciate it at Tanner's channel. We appreciate it at Douglas's channel as well. So thanks to everyone for that. Without further ado, the next section of the podcast, as always, is the iTunes review section. So if you rate the podcast 5 stars on iTunes, you can write whatever you want and I'll read it. Doesn't matter what you write. You can write an excerpt from the Communist Manifesto. You can write a poem. You can copy and paste a My Chemical Romance song. Don't care. I'll read it. All it has to do is be 5 stars. So let's get into that. What do we have here? Okay, Stu9112, new listener. Hey guys, new listener. Okay, stumbled across the podcast and love COD and Warzone. I drive semi for a living, and it's nice to have long eps to listen to. You guys are great, and the banter is top-notch. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Stu.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Jay Oakman, advice noted. I read a book for once. Nothing improved in my life. Read a better one. Read a better one. Do you want book suggestions, Jay Oakman? Let's start with, here's a timely one. Let's start with 1984. And if you've read that already, let's start with A Brave New World. I found A Brave New World much more interesting. Or excuse me, I found 1984 much more interesting. Sorry, got it mixed up for a second. Read a book. RJ Juiceman, love it. Been listening for a few weeks now, and I'm loving the content, especially when Raz says, let's go. That's how he wrote it. He sounds like a butch lesbian right after she just got done scissoring her partner, trying too hard. All bull crap aside, love the show, very informative, and I look forward to the future casts. Thanks, Juice Man, for your shitty joke, but your 5-star review. Thanks for the analytics, idiot. This next one is from Gift Curse, who has been very active. This podcast saved my marriage. I had been hooked on the little blue pill for months. When I first read this, Tanner, what do you think of when you hear little blue pill?
I don't know, some sort of just a drug in general.
I think of
some
Oxycontin.
sort of illegal narcotic. I don't know.
I thought it was Oxycontin, and I thought this was a serious review at first. I should have known better. I should have known better.
A serious review, yeah.
But anyways, I'd been hooked on the little blue pill for months when it just stopped working out of the blue. Used blue twice in one sentence. Your first one, by the way. No pun intended. My wife, who is a stage 10 nymphomaniac, was becoming increasingly upset with my flaccid 9-piece. Be jealous, Raz. Okay. I am jealous of your 9-piece because mine is so much bigger than that it's obstructive. And it's difficult to pee into my toilet because I have to wrangle my huge white cock out of my shorts. So I am jealous of your 9-piece, as a matter of fact. After weeks of trying new remedies, I came across the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. It was like a miracle. Tall soldier once again. Captain Price swinging and banging. The boys saved my marriage, and to them I'll be eternally grateful. Join the effing Discord. Long love, Uncle Gifty. Well, Gift Curse. Gift Curse is super active everywhere. All the socials, and we appreciate you, Gift Curse. I'm glad I could help keep your dick hard. Silvovitz91, who just gave a bunch of subs, as it were. Love the show. I'm an old school gamer and IT nerd, but came across your pod when trying to learn the COD. Love your show and have been around since the console is a computer episode. Built a PC since listening, by the way. Let's fucking go. We have another convert. Congratulations. Welcome to the PC Master Race, Silvo. Can't wait to finally catch a live show. Welcome. Keep kicking ass, brothers. Well, thank you, Silvo, for that review. Been listening since the first episode. Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. You should subscribe to Razinon, not Tanner Dropshot. Also, Tanner's camera quality is worse than Xbox 360 videos. Absolutely true. Obi-Wan Kenobi was correct about the high ground, and he's correct about where your subscriptions should go. Okay, here we go. Bloodless TV. Doctors hate them. I don't think it's possible to explain just how much this podcast has improved my life. Prior to discovering this absolute gem of a podcast, I was a wreck. I couldn't satiate my lovers, let alone hit my shots. And I have no issue revealing that, as these fine men have taught me the true meaning of confidence. I had exhausted every other male enhancement known to man when I stumbled upon what some might consider the epitome of Call of Duty content. This is so long. After only 2 listening sessions, I noticed vast improvements in all aspects of my life. Not only can I now last over 30 seconds in bed, but my KD is higher than Under S. Thompson while writing Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I didn't understand that joke. Did he kill people when he was writing that book? I don't get it. So anyway, I mean it. I'm now able to sleep inside and eat at the dinner table. Don't get that either. All because I followed the advice of these 2 Adonises. That's not a plural possessive. It should be Adonises. Read a book. If you're anything like me, or you're just looking for something to listen to while you're peer reviewing a manifesto, manifestos almost by definition don't get peer reviewed. Read a book. Give the Dropshot a chance. I guarantee you won't regret it. Thank you for the analytics, young Bloodless TV, and maybe write a better review when your prefrontal cortex is done growing. But thank you, bitch. Best COD podcast, Pat P20. I love this pod. Super entertaining and straightforward. Keep it up, boys. Maybe more content creator guests. I would love that. What do you think, Tanner?
Yeah, send them our way.
Send them our way. Yeah, tweet at them and say...
Yeah, tweet at them and tag us.
Tweet at them, tag us, say, hey, go on the Dropshot. It would be good for your career. You can lie. That's fine.
Yeah. We have a few PC demons in mind. Thinking about making our move pretty soon.
Yes, we
just
are.
To get their point of view. I don't know what we would talk to them about. What would we talk to them about?
Plenty.
PC Master Race or something?
Plenty.
How they're so fucking good.
Yeah. And then last one here. So thank you, Pat. SMG's Warzone J Burnell 13. Why MP5 over MP7? For Warzone specifically, I think it depends on what your other weapon is. If you're going to use like an LMG or a sniper, I think MP7 is better because it has way more distance and way less recoil at range, and it has more bullets. So you can use the MP7 almost like an AR. But if you're using an AR as your other weapon, then an MP5 is going to be better because it kills way faster, really close. So if you already have an AR, the MP7 being good at long range is largely redundant since you're going to be using an AR at those ranges. In that case, you want to have an SMG that really has a fast time to kill when you're up super close and you're ready to just fucking bang it out. Like your, fuck, I forgot the name. God damn it. Would have been such a good topical reference. Doesn't matter. But yeah, the MP5 just kills way faster when you're super close. MP7's more, it's more versatile, but it takes longer to kill someone up really close. So it largely, I think it just depends on what your other gun is. So with that said, we're now going to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. So if you were listening for the jingle, here it is, and we'll get started. Call me Al with the 2 gifted subs. Let's fucking go. Chap, MCA, and Goost95. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Call me Al. Thank you again for the support. For the 2 gifted subs, my friend, it's an honor and a privilege to have you back, sir. And without further ado, we are going to skip playlist updates because that's going to be in the patch notes, which we're going to go through with a fine-tooth comb. And Tanner in particular actually may have more words than me today. This is the first time he's written more notes in the Google Doc than I have. He's like, this is what he sounds like. Ready? Hold on. Let me show you guys. This is what he sounded like typing these notes.
It's like that one meme. It's like that one meme of the cat typing.
Fuck the fucking Fennec.
Fuck the feds.
The Galil isn't that good. I fucking hate this game. That was Tanner. So
okay, you're the one that always says you hate this game, you stupid bitch.
Well, okay. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into it. And for this one, Season 4, boys, we got some patch notes to go over. Are they complete patch notes, Tanner? Absolutely fucking not. Of course they're not. Of course they're not. But that's fine. That's fine. So we'll probably have more to go over as far as hidden patch notes are concerned in like a week or so, once everyone combs through all the fucking game data to figure out what they stealth changed. But we do have one important stealth change that did not happen, which we're going to get to, as Tanner said earlier. So here we have Season 4. We got some patch notes. Weapon mastery challenges. So once you've unlocked gold for a weapon, mastery challenges become available. There's 8 challenges a weapon, each granting their own rewards with 4 player cards and 4 emblems up for grabs. And you can actually see what these look like in the gunsmith, which is cool. So you can preview for them for yourself right now. The patch is live. You'll need to make your way through 2 kill challenges, 2 headshot challenges, and 4 additional challenges that must be done in order. Gold, platinum, Damascus, obsidian. Completing all challenges for 51 weapons unlocks a badass special sticker and player card. Tanner, have you seen this? In general, what are your thoughts so far on this?
I was really excited for the mastery challenges, honestly. And then once I started looking at them, I realized I'm not going to do them because it's only worth doing if you're going for the completion, which is that dope calling card, animated calling card.
An emblem.
It's like, yeah. Well, yeah, and the calling card's the cool one. But I'm not going to go through every single gun in the game again and master them. I already did that with Damascus. I don't want to do this. So it's a good idea. The only thing I've noticed it's making people do is everyone right now in my lobby is using a Grau, an M4, or an MP5 because they're going for those mastery challenges.
Oh, you think that's what they're doing?
Absolutely. Because I'll be honest, I was pissed last night. I was pissed this morning, and I kept seeing other people type in chat, and then I did too. I was like, why the fuck? Like, there's 2 new guns in the game. What are you using a Damascus M4 for right now? And like people would type out like, oh, I'm doing the mastery challenge. I was
I
like,
think
well,
it could also
bitch.
be. I think that's true, but I think it could also be that they don't have the tiers yet because they don't like buy the battle pass or whatever.
Yeah, they're not on the
I mean, you
Dropshot
were on
LLC
it,
company card.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, which is, you know, we have a high credit limit, but that could be part of it. I think that is definitely part of it, and I think that's going to get better in like a week once everyone has all the new guns. I think you'll be seeing a lot less fucking Damascus growls jumping around, hopefully. But we'll see. Do you know what the new player card looks like? The new calling card?
The mastery one, the complete mastery.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just animated. It's got a bunch of guns poking out from the side.
Interesting.
The ones for each weapon, the ones for each weapon are kind of cool. Like I think it has the outline of the gun. Like it'll show the growl. Then I believe it like says growl, and then it'll be gold or something, and it's also animated. Those are pretty cool, and those will just get over time. You know, those will just have eventually. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to do all these weapons I don't use. Ever.
Yeah, I agree. I would do this if I didn't have to do the riot shield and the knife. I would be fine, and the launchers. I would be fine doing every other weapon, but I'm not, and the crossbow. But if I have to do those again, especially the riot shield, it's never happening. The riot shield to get obsidian, Tanner, guess what you have to do?
What?
500 kills.
Yeah, no.
There's no way I'm doing that. There's no fucking way I'm doing that. So,
nope.
Nonetheless, for you grinders out there, there you go. And then we also got some Warzone in-match events. So events can occur during Warzone BR matches, and they're basically just random. So you're in a lobby, and randomly, one of 3 events can happen. I don't know if it's limited to 1 event per match. I don't know if there's a maximum or minimum number of events that can happen. I think there is probably a maximum of 1 to 2, and there's probably a minimum of 0. I would assume some Warzone matches will not have an event, but we haven't played Warzone yet, so we don't know. But there are 3 such events right now. The first is called Jailbreak. When Jailbreak occurs, all players that have been eliminated will be released back into the match. Whether you were waiting for your 1v1, or if you're already dead and you're spectating, you'll just drop back in when this Jailbreak thing happens. And again, it's just completely random, so no one has to do anything for it to happen. It'll just happen. They can occur anytime during the middle of the game. So it may be worth it to spectate just in case. And then the second event that can happen is a fire sale. This temporarily discounts most of the items at a buy station up to 80%, or even gives items out completely free. A fire sale is the perfect time to pick up a UAV armor box or a lethal. During a fire sale, buying back a fallen teammate is completely free. That is a very interesting point, and it's always free based on how this is worded. However, this is also an important note. Note that even during a fire sale, loadout drops are not discounted, and they also only last 60 seconds. So that is an interesting event. And then the last so far is the supply choppers. The supply chopper event brings a non-lethal but heavily armored chopper to Verdansk. It has a bunch of health. You shoot it down, and it drops a ton of shit. 3 UAVs, 2 armor boxes, 2 munitions boxes, a gas mask, a grenade launcher, and that's the only way to get the grenade launcher, and then tons of cash at a minimum. So it may in fact drop even more than that, but those are guaranteed.
That's so crazy.
That's a lot of shit. They also leave after a certain period of time. So if you want to take one out, start firing right away. So Tanner, what are your thoughts on these 3 events?
Jailbreak sounds pretty dumb to me, to be honest. We were kind of talking about this yesterday. It's literally, this game is designed as a safe space for shit players. And this is another way that they cater to those players. I mean, there are so many ways to spawn back in. How many times can you die and come back into this game? It's fucking crazy. I've never played a BR anything like this. So I don't like that aspect of it. Jailbreak sounds dumb, but I mean, you're going to land, you're not going to have any gear anyway, so most of those people will just get mowed down. I feel like what'll also happen is once people know Jailbreak's happening, everyone's going to look up to the sky and start shooting bodies down because, you know, there's going to be 50 people dropping at one time.
It might even change the meta. More LMGs or some shit like that.
Yeah, possibly. So Jailbreak is pretty dumb to me. Fire Sale sounds pretty neat. And what I think about this is it's bringing more action into mid game, where there's kind of those, you know, 10 minutes or so where you have your loadout drop. You really don't need anything, but you're kind of just walking around with your head cut off. You know, it's like you're just looking for money, trying to pick up streaks maybe. So Fire Sale could be cool, I guess. It'll maybe bring some action to the buy stations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that one. Again, we haven't had time to test this. I wish we did, but we were busy playing multiplayer. And supply.
Have another episode. We'll have more episodes. We'll get to it. But go on.
So supply choppers sounds really cool, actually, and I'm wondering how hard it's going to be to destroy one of those. And I also want to know if when it crashes, if it shows on the map where it is or anything like that.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. So my thoughts, when I read this last night, I was pretty annoyed. I was like, these are all dumb and this is caters to shit players like you were saying. And that's all true. But also, it will have benefits. Number one, like you said, if there's a jailbreak and your team is all like you haven't died and you have a ton of money and you all have your full loadout, a jailbreak is not going to like make it that you just get instantly shit on because they're all dropping in with nothing. So if anything, it just allows for even higher kill records, for example. So I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think it's kind of a cool idea. It kind of baits people into spectating longer, which might be good if you like to solo queue in like quads or something. So yeah, Jailbreak is like kind of fine to me. The fire sale thing I think is really cool, and it's gonna make it harder to buy shit in general because people already camp buy stations. So you have to be really strategic about that. And now it's going to be even more so, which I think is good because that's going to encourage more movement and more action and more fragging, which is the point of a first-person shooter video game. So I kind of like the fire sale idea. I'm not sure if buying back a teammate should be free, but I think it's probably fine. And I do love that the fucking, what's it called? The loadout drops don't get discounted. That's a very important consideration, in my opinion. And then the supply choppers, I'm guessing they're going to have the same amount of health as a plunder chopper does, Tanner, in the bonus round.
That takes a lot of damage then.
It does, yeah. I think it's going to be the exact same thing, except it doesn't shoot. And I think that's a great point you raised about, I wonder if you'll see where it drops on the map. Because here's how you actually play the supply chopper thing. You don't waste a goddamn bullet shooting it. You let some other PvE Care Bear nerds shoot it down. And then you just fucking ATV over there like you're in the X Games of 2002. And then you just butcher all the kids that did all the work for you and take their shit. That's the play for sure. But I think Tanner made the best point here, which is we're not really going to know how good this is until we actually play. So we're going to get some games in tonight and have a little bit more of an informed opinion on Saturday. But I think it's kind of cool. I think it's interesting. I don't think these are the worst thing in the world. My opinion on them has changed since last night. And then we also have... Go ahead.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. Well, let me catch up on chat.
Sorry,
here
I
real
breathe
quick.
loud. Jeez.
I thought you were going to say something. Happy Killmore. What's up, dude? What's up? What's up, Gift? Welcome, brother. I tried to reload my Vector 3 hours ago, and I'm still waiting. Oh, we're getting to that, Pritch. Welcome again, sir. Let's see. Brunner Joe with the 500 biddies. Let's fucking go. Jesus. Brunner Joe, thank you so much for the support, dude. And Stinsus, hold on. Steina's Boys 3 with the Twitch Prime. Let's fucking go. Steinus, thank you so much. Welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Brunner, thank you again, sir, for those thick fucking biddies. Thick biddies. I've noticed all the ground loot is super low recoil weapons, good for noobs, MP7, M13, Bison, etc. That's interesting, Steinus. Those are very low recoil weapons that would be good for noobs. MP7, M13, and Bison are all very low recoil, and they're fully automatic. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, all of this so far caters to new players. The whole game caters to new players, so that wouldn't surprise me if they've added on even more shit. So keep those things in mind. No one can fix my internet, unfortunately. But if Viking is here, welcome, dude. Steinus, 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go. Tire, SL11, Jump Shotta Isaac, Brother Move Son, JP9420, and JGod Gaming. Is that the real JGod?
No.
You don't think so? Interesting. Well, thank you for those gifted. Go click on his profile, retard. Steinus, thank you for the gifted subs, dude. Let's fucking go. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. And for you 5 boys, welcome to this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. JGod, if you're watching this, I'm a big fan of your content. I've been subscribed on YouTube for quite a while now. You can look it up. My name's Razinon. I think you can see how long someone's been subbed to you for. So, huge fan. Follow me on Twitter. You follow fucking Tanner on Twitter and not me, by the way, which makes me furious. I was so mad when I saw that. But it's fine. That's fine. I'm not bitter about it, so it's fine.
That's what Razinon did when I told him he follows him and not me.
Yeah, well, Syrian follows me on Twitch and not you, so suck my huge white dick.
Has he ever watched you?
It's possible. Maybe he just logs out of his browser because he doesn't want me to suck his dick for an hour, which I would do. Contraband contract system. Moving on here. Contraband is a new rare contract with a permanent blueprint reward. Contraband contracts have a chance to spawn after a previous contract is completed. So basically, you do a contract and then some briefcase will drop, and then you can pick up that briefcase and you do like a different type of contract. Oh, no. Once you have it, take it to the designated heli extraction location to call in the chopper. The player carrying the briefcase must deposit it into the chopper drop bag to complete the mission. So very similar to Plunder, if you guys have played that. And if you kill someone carrying the briefcase, you can steal it and complete the contract for your own team. So be on the lookout for those on your TAC map. Steinus, by the way, thanks again for those 5 gifted subs, dude. I very much appreciate it. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here. I appreciate the support. Tanner, what are your thoughts on this contraband thing?
I am this is probably the thing I'm most excited to try, actually. It sounds like it takes a while to do, though. Has anybody in chat actually played this? Because I believe it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to complete at least, or you have some sort of timer to do it, and you're rushing around trying to finish everything. So it should be difficult for what you get. It should be a hard contract to do.
Well, it's just a blueprint. Like, it's not going to help you that much in that game. You know, I don't know how much money
but it's rare. Okay, you know damn well if there's a blueprint that you have to do something to get, you're gonna try to do it. Except for the Bunker 11,
I was gonna say,
you don't want to try to do that. You don't have the patience for that.
I do have the patience if I didn't work 40 hours a week and run the hottest up and coming podcast in gaming. I would love to do it, but it takes too much time for me to like invest. Especially because it's not a sure thing. And I don't speak Russian, by the way. I'm not gonna sit here and do a fucking Rosetta Stone on the Russian language so that I can open a fucking bunker and get an blueprint for a gun that I already have Riptide for, which we got for winning the gunfight tournament, which is a better
big deal.
blueprint
We
anyway.
Win every gunfight tournament first time we play it.
That's a fair point. Very fair point.
So. Oh, wait. So Steinus said you have 5 minutes to do the contraband contract. Everyone in the squad gets the blueprint and you each get 4,000. That's worth it. The money alone's worth it.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money. Damn. Okay, well, good to know. Thank you, Steinus. I appreciate that, dude. Doug, don't count my mic touches. You guys are such sons of bitches, dude. Sons of bitches. All right, so anyway, we're going to move on to the playlist update. And this is normally what we do at the outset, but this was all, it's a new season, so it's all kind of thrown together. So, Bereket Promenade has been added to Ground War. Trench Mosh Pit 2v2, which is the new gunfight map. Scrapyard 24/7, And Blueprint Gunfight. Blueprint Gunfight is just normal gunfight, except instead of a random weapon, you get a random blueprint weapon to start that off. So let's take these one by fucking one.
I'm going to go
Bereket.
pee real quick because I'm going to get so pissed I'll piss my pants talking about these two shit maps. So I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So I'll start here. So first of all, we have Bereket Promenade. So now you might be asking, hey, Raz, I've never heard that name before. Is that a new map? And then I would respond and I would say, you know what, dude? Listen, you've never heard that name before. I haven't either. So it's a really good guess for you to guess that that's a new map. But in fact, no, it's not a new map. See what they did, because they're lazy cunts, they chopped out a section of the existing map, Verdansk, and they called it a ground war map and then pretended it was a new map. So then you might reply with, oh, well, it's not totally new, but at least it's kind of new. And surely they picked like a really good section of the Warzone map to isolate to be its own self-contained ground war map. Like, it's definitely going to have good flow. It's going to make sense. It's going to be roughly 3 lanes. It's going to be fun and interactive, right? And then I would say, you know, you would really think that. You would really think that. But in fact, they did the exact opposite. They did the exact opposite. They took one of the worst parts of the entire map that everyone avoids like the fucking plague.
Top 3 worst.
Top 3, literally the top 3 worst, and the other 2 were already ground war maps. So they took the next worst part of the entire Warzone map that was not already a ground war map, and then they said, okay, that's the next worst spot, let's make it a ground war map. And then they did. And then you have Bereket Promenade. I don't know how that's pronounced. I should read a book. So it's fucking terrible. And if you don't know where Promenade is, by the way, it is, I think it is south. It's south of downtown. I don't know if it's southeast or southwest of downtown. Young Douglas knows it like the back of his hand, so perhaps he could inform us in the chat where it is exactly. Southwest?
It's west. It's just west.
Just west?
It's basically west. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
read a fucking book. Look at a map, idiot.
Well, okay. Okay. I mean, that may be true, but I have spittle on my mic, so. But anyways, yeah, it's fucking awful. It's not even, dude, it's a 1-lane map. It's like just this shitty part of Promenade. The map is literally, this is the shape of the map right here. That's it. That's it. It's so dumb. I haven't played it yet, but I've been watching people stream it. People who are really fucking good at this game, by the way, and they are all getting raped. Just raped. Because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. The only way to do well is to just mount up like a, you know, and get kills that way. You can't move around at all. So it's fucking terrible. And Tanner, you've played it a little bit. What are your thoughts?
Dude, it's so bad that it's laughable. It's actually such a bad map that I almost enjoy it because it's so fucking dumb. There's nothing you can do. You're just fucking butting heads the entire game with the enemy. It's, oh my god, dude. It's like you said, it's 1 lane. It's not 3 lane, it's not 2 lane. It's fucking 1 lane. You guys are just ramming into each other the whole goddamn time.
Dude, it looks so dumb.
It's a shit map, but regardless of how bad it is, by the way, Tvorsk District is still worse, so.
Really?
It's fucking ridiculous. You can't flank on this map. I swear to God. So you spawn in the middle, you start running. If you try to flank and go out, you jump the walls on the left or the right. Immediately, you see 8 sniper scopes sitting in their spawn. I wish I was joking. I'm not. There will be 4 on one side, 4 on the other. As soon as you're out there, you're dead within 3 seconds.
Oh my fucking god.
Dude. I mean, just the other thing I noticed is as you push up, okay, there's one good thing about this map, by the way. If you're going for mounted kills, try to queue for Promenade, because all you do is just mount up at every corner you find.
Yeah, that makes
sense. I saw TGR say that on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I still haven't seen this
TGD?
map. Yeah, sorry, TGD. The first time I played it, I immediately knew within 3 minutes, oh, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you run up to a corner and you have to just mount and look around the next corner.
God damn it, that's funny.
So the thing that I notice is if you take an enemy flag, there's exactly a 0% chance they're getting that flag back. Because you just keep spawning and moving up because your teammates can't go left, they can't go right,
It's so
they can't
small.
go behind, they can't get on a helicopter. They just keep fucking ramming into the other team. So if you get a flag, I swear to God, you're never losing it. Like that happened with us. We pushed them back to their last flag, which also it's impossible to DEFCON on that map. Absolutely impossible because their last flag is in their spawn where there's 24 snipers sitting there by that point.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And as our good friend at Nate Gibson said, it's
Nate
one of the
Gibson.
laziest maps ever seen in Call of Duty. Literally, they took one of the worst parts of the map and said, "Oh, let's put this in ground war."
Dude,
Fucking idiot. They're so out of base with what the player want. It's mind-boggling, dude. They're so fucking dumb.
it's funny to me because not only is it a fucking terrible map, but it's not even new. They didn't even design a new map and do a bad job. They recycled already shit content and tried to repackage it as new content. So it's neither new nor good. It's just bad. It's just bad, old bad. It's so, just like you said, it's actually funny to me how dumb of a decision this is.
It's such a dumb map. It's like, who thought of this? How
God,
are you guys
so
this
funny, dude?
Like, do these devs want to play that? Because there's no way they do. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. What do we have here? Pritch, 1,500 biddies. Let's fucking go. Young Pritch, sick cunt right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for those 1,500 biddies. I'm honored and I'm privileged, my friend. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate the support, the ongoing love and undying support. Jump Shot Isaac said, "Aw nuts, I was just getting excited." Not sure what you mean by that, to be honest, brother. But if I stymied your excitement, I apologize. Read a book. But thank you.
About Promenade?
No, just someone said. Jump Shot Isaac said, "Jump Shot Isaac. Aw nuts at Raz. I was just getting excited." I don't know what he means.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever. Anyway, Isaac, welcome, dude. Regardless of your lack of excitement, thank you for being here, sir. Sir. Okay, let's move on. Trench Mosh Pit 2v2. I don't think either of us have anything to say about that. It's just a new gunfight map. It might be a new gunfight map. It might be another shit portion of Ground War that they barricaded off and called a new map for gunfight.
Yeah, I don't need
know.
to play it because I know how it's going to go. It's going to be, each team is going to be just head glitching, popping their head up out of a trench. So it's going to be as bad as Hill, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, you're right. Exactly like the fucking trench on Hill. Yeah, I think you're 100% right.
Yeah. So it's going to be shit.
Yeah. And
Hey, maybe that's what they did. They took Hill and made it smaller and just
Dude,
put the trench portion.
I would literally cry laughing if I loaded in and that's actually what it was. Instead of spawning 3 acres away from each other, you just spawn like right next to the trench. Holy shit, that would make me laugh. It would not surprise me. And Low Kappa says trench is dog shit. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. And it's
That's funny 'cause Low
outside,
Cap
which means
likes
the
Hill, too.
visibility is probably trash. Yeah, Low Cap
Yeah.
loves Hill. It's his favorite map. So interesting. And then Scrapyard 24/7. So Scrapyard is a map from COD 4, Tanner? Or MW2. MW2. It's a fan favorite, Scrapyard, usually. And Scrapyard's already in this game on the Ground War map. Zakayev, I don't know, Zakharov, don't know, don't care. Boneyard, the Ground War map that's called Boneyard.
Zokov, but yeah.
Zokov, K. You looked it up. And Scrapyard is like a subset of that. And that Boneyard is a subset of Verdansk. So guess what they did? They recycled this one piece of content a third time. And then they called it Scrapyard. So Scrapyard is exactly the same as that section of Verdansk. It's also the same as that section of Boneyard, the Ground War map, because it's all the same thing. So Scrapyard is just they cut off more and more shit and then called it new content and then packaged it like they're releasing something new to us. They aren't. Now, there are a couple differences. Number one, Tanner pointed out that there is a bunch of smoke by by one of the trucks on one of the lanes that is very needlessly opaque. And another difference is that because it's not nested inside of a larger map, you can't really flank on it, which makes it a true 3-lane map. It is very much like the scrapyard of COD MW2. So, and it's brighter. That's true. The visibility is better, which is nice.
Well, the visibility is not better. Just the sky is really bright. You were right. The visibility is no better at all.
Oh, interesting.
Just they changed the color of the sky to bright blue.
What are your thoughts on scrapyard?
It's shit. It's just another old recycled map they ruined.
Yeah.
It should have been good, but they try to change too many little things with them. Everybody just camps at the buildings at the end, in the windows. The spawns, I don't really know how to explain besides they're very confusing. People never spawn where I assume they're going to spawn. Like, I'll see my teammates clear out an area, so I'll start running back to the other side of the map, and then they'll spawn behind again where our teammates were. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. And I also saw a video online of a guy literally spawning outside of the map and getting killed because he was out of bounds. So keep that in mind.
That Twitter video is fucking hilarious.
I laughed so hard. But yeah, it's just that one
Follow
truck. It's
Tanner on Twitter at Tanner Dropshot. You can see the video yourself. Go on.
It's on the northwest side. There's that truck with dark black smoke.
Yeah, really dark.
And if you run through it, you're going to die. But I have noticed a cheeky little spot. You can lay prone in that black smoke when you're looking south into that one hangar that people run through, and you get an easy kill there every time because they don't see you because you're like laying in the black smoke, but you can see them perfectly fine. So it's just another shit spot of the map.
Much like
Unnecessary
most
smoke.
of the spots in this game.
Yeah.
You can just sit there and no one will fucking see you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the worst map in the game. It's not even like a bottom. It's not even a bottom 10 map. It's an average map. It just potentially should have been a lot better than it was in this game because the original was much, much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think the original map was better. I think the original game was better, and therefore
Maybe
the map played better. Because this was my biggest thing with Scrapyard that I was talking to LoCap about today. I haven't played it much, but I played it enough. It doesn't play super well, and it's not because the map is bad. It's because the minimap doesn't work as intended. So even if you have a 3-lane map, it's kind of hard to like run and gun when the minimap doesn't show enemy gunfire.
yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. And the visibility in general in this game is shit. I mean, I think it's definitely brighter. I feel like it's a little bit more visibility, but I've definitely been killed by people standing right in front of me on Scrapyard also. So the visibility is it's certainly not fucking great, but it's at least bright, which is, I don't know, an improvement. So yeah, that's how I feel. Young Douglas said, should update us cheeks besides the new Warzone Easter eggs. I don't know what that means, Doug. Do you know what that means, Tanner? Is that some kind of Georgian?
No, I'm not sure.
Georgian slang, calling yourself a cheek, us cheeks.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I don't know, but everyone who's
besides
listening,
the new Warzone Easter
Doug
eggs
at Modern Warzone.
Yeah, and I've conveniently linked all of his info there. But yeah, we didn't go over any Warzone Easter eggs. So if there are Warzone Easter eggs we should cover, let me know. If that's what you mean. I don't know what you mean. What's up, Frost Dog?
The command's not working.
Buy you
by
coffee.
The way.
Interesting. Yeah, the command certainly is not working. Sad. Okay, so let's move on. Warzone. We've got quads. Well, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Blood Money, which is a plunder mode. And we also have Warzone Rumble, which I believe is the 50v50. Yeah, 2 teams of 50 players parachute and battle it out in various areas around Verdansk. This mode is high action with custom loadouts, vehicles, and quick respawns. Oh, there are respawns. So basically it's just 50v50 TDM, which sounds incredibly boring, especially on a map that big. Map's too big.
And everything I heard was people just sit in the back with snipers, and it's hard to even land after you respawn because you just get shot out of the air.
Yeah.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
They'll probably mess with that game type, I'm sure, and tweak it here in the future. But it's not like anyone cares about playing that anyways. So
Yeah, true. Very true.
It's a game type you play when you're drunk and listening to a podcast at the same time while you're gaming.
Exactly. Modified special operations, which we're skipping. If you want to hear about special operations, patch notes, strategies, guides, or us talking about it at all, really, unsubscribe from this podcast, because we're never, ever going to be talking about Spec Ops, ever. Next little point here, download size. So this is going to be for me. So the Season 4 download is going to be large. In order to reduce the overall disk space that MW and Warzone take up, we're compressing a bunch of assets. It's very professional. We're compressing a bunch of assets. That's what they write on their official fucking website. AAA game development team, by the way. Once installed, the Season 4 launch will only take up an additional 4 gigs on consoles for all of the new content. Is that true, Tanner?
Yeah. That's how all these patches work.
Wait,
every time it says we're downloading 40 gigs, we're not. It's rewriting.
Okay, but is it true if you own an Xbox?
I don't know about that, but also on console now you can delete files you don't want or parts of the game.
It's not true.
Okay.
The Xbox download size was supposed to be like 45 gigs, turned out to be 85. So they released the patch, didn't know how big it was for Xbox, and then they immediately tweeted, "Hey, sorry Xbox users, I don't know why your patch is so big. We're looking into it." It's like, well, too late now, brother. Too late now. So Keck W. We're continuing to sweep all assets to make size reductions where we can and further optimize future patches for size. So I don't know. It's mostly rewriting and then an additional 4 gigs or 44 gigs if you're on an Xbox. That's deeply amusing. So general fixes. Did you go through this at all, Tanner?
Yeah.
Okay. What should I be looking for here? Is there anything in particular we should be hitting?
Yes. Let me scroll through that specialist thing towards the bottom for sure. Fix for bug where Ghost Perk was not hiding players from the heartbeat sensor when viewing the kill cam. Never mind. That doesn't fucking matter. Not being able to activate the nuke after getting the appropriate number of kills. That's happened to me before. So
kind of.
That's yeah. And that was 6 months ago, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, they said they fixed it. Did they? Probably not, but they said they did. So what else do we have here? This is a lot of just bug fixes. Half of the things that they said they fixed that are bugs, they didn't fix, by the way. We've gone over this ad nauseum, but do not believe the patch notes. This is a rough estimate of what actually changed with the game. They're going to be saying they fixed some things that are not actually fixed, and they're also going to change some things that they don't tell you in the patch notes. So this is a rough idea of what's changed with the game. It is far from conclusive or exhaustive. Far from it. So keep those things in mind. This is super interesting, and I wanted to talk about this a lot because Tanner and I are very big fans of Specialist. Quote, added new weapon perks to the Specialist bonus. And this is the bonus that is earned after getting 8 kills without dying while Specialist is active. So the new weapon perks you get once you have your Specialist bonus. Frangible Disabling, which is where if you shoot someone in the legs, they stop sprinting. Frangible Wounding, which means if you shoot someone anywhere, their health regen is delayed, which doesn't matter that much because most people run stim, but maybe they're out of a stim. So that's interesting. Mo Money, which just gives you more XP. So K. Recon, more XP for headshots. Recon, which means you see enemy nameplates at a greater distance. That's big. Heavy Hitter, which means when you melee someone with your gun, instead of ruining their aim by a lot, you ruin their aim by a fuck ton. FMJ, Full Metal Jacket. This we should all know if we're not new to COD. More bullet penetration through walls and objects, and you also do more damage to vehicles. And then Presence of Mind, which I believe means you get that extended breath hold.
Yes.
This is on top of Sleight of Hand and having every single perk in the game. So Specialist was already insanely strong, And it's way fucking better now because these are all relatively small little benefits. But if you have them all at the same time, plus all your perks, like it accrues to a fucking huge benefit. You're like a super soldier, and that's even more the case now. What are your thoughts here? This kind of came out of nowhere for me, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, kind of a weird thing for them to add in. I think it's really good, and it would almost be overpowered, but people still aren't going to run specialists because people like getting kill streaks. But see, I mean, even myself, I haven't ran specialists since the last time I was trying to go for a nuke, and it does help a lot for getting a nuke, by the way. Recommend using
1,000%.
That makes me actually want to just play a specialist, especially after watching Gaming Definition. Like, he runs it all the time, you know? And it looks really fun to play that way constantly because just the movement and everything is just quicker because of all the perks you get. So I'm a fan of it. Like I said, it's not ever going to be overpowered because nobody's going to run it either way. And most people don't even realize it's in the game, I don't think.
That is all true, I think. And then also, you know, yeah, I don't know if it's overpowered. I would say it would be overpowered if this was Black Ops 4, where the time to kill is a little longer. Because the longer the time to kill, the better having a specialist bonus is going to be. But because the time to kill is so fast here, like all it takes is, I mean, you know, 1 sniper bullet, 2 Odin headshots, and you're dead. And if you do take specialist, you are giving up streaks. So I don't know if it's overpowered, but this is definitely a fucking thick buff to specialist bonus.
It's awesome.
And as someone who watches PC streamers who use specialist all the time, like Nate Gibson, like the Gaming Definition, this is exciting to me because I'll just be able to watch them fucking frag out even harder. But I thought it was... the only thing I'm confused about, which I'm not necessarily complaining about, is why did they do this? I didn't see anyone talking about, hey, we need extra shit for specialists. I haven't seen that once, and then they just add it. This is a classic example of Infinity Ward in 2020, Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year edition. They'll just change shit that no one's asking for. I'm not mad about this change in particular, but I've specifically said exactly this on this podcast before. They change things that no one wants changed or no one cares changes, and then they won't change things that everyone wants changed. And we're going to get into one of those things a little later on. But special announcement, we have a this is our second member of Call of Duty royalty in the chat, Tanner.
Yeah.
Are you noticing? Are you noticing this? We have the vibrant and young MP Control Ward in the chat.
Known aimbotter on Reddit, by the way.
He's a known aimbotter on Reddit.
Kappa.
So if you see MP Control Ward in your next lobby and he has the clan tag of TTV, I want you to make sure that you right-click report him for cheating. Now that is obviously a joke. There's been a lot of Reddit fucking retards, all console peasants probably, by the way, who have never
99%.
who have never seen a PC player who can aim their mouse, and then they see a kill cam and they automatically think they're hacking, and everyone gets all mad. But that's a testament to how good these players are. The Gaming Definition gets a ton of them, and MP Control Ward's been catching a lot of flack in that vein as well. But it's an honor and a privilege to have you here, sir.
It sure is, dude.
Welcome to the Dropshot. I am curious how you found this. We had Tartar Bits in here a couple days ago. That was nice too. So yeah, welcome, dude. Nice to have you here. He's a moderator for Nate. I think he might be a mod for some other demons on the keys, as it were. But yeah, welcome, dude. Honor and a privilege to have you here. So what else do we have as far as this shit goes? I'm trying to look for anything else that's relevant. Here we go. So Warzone loot update. New weapons and updated blueprints. Be on the lookout for the Fennec, which is the Vector, the CR56-AMAX, which is the Galil, also known as the Grav if you played BO4. The Renetti, which has been in the game. It's the new pistol that can be burst fire. Don't know if it's burst fire in its Warzone configuration, and more. So this, I guess, brings us to our next topic, Tanner. There are 2 new guns in the game. The Fennec,
There are.
which is also known as the Chris Vector, a submachine gun, and the CR56-Amax. I don't know how I would pronounce that, but that is also known as the Galil, which is an assault rifle chambered in, what is it, 7.62 Soviet caliber rounds. So that is going to be the same round that is used by the current AK, the current Odin, the current Scar. So it's going to hit harder than like, you know, an M4 bullet, but it's ostensibly going to have a bit of a slower fire rate. But let's start with the Fennec, aka the Vector. You've used it. You have some strong opinions on it, so let's fucking hear it.
My opinions aren't as strong as they were to start with. I will say until probably, I think it was weapon level 35, it's an utter complete piece of dog shit. It's almost unusable. It's such a bad gun. And then you unlock, it has a barrel like the MP5 does with, it's like a, you know, I don't know what it's called in this one, but it's like the
integral suppressor, yeah.
Yeah, it's not called that, but it's the same thing. So that saves the space. You get like damage range, recoil control. You get a bunch of pluses for it. It doesn't really have recoil when you throw the right attachments on it. But it has atrocious bullet velocity. You have to lead targets when they're fucking 30 feet in front of you. It's horrible. The reload speed is awful. It blows through the 40 round. That's the extended magazine, right? By the way, it blows through those 40 bullets in about a second and a half. It's the only gun I've used personally that I actually run sleight of hand on, and I think it absolutely needs it. It kind of just seems like it doesn't have a place in the game because the MP5 still kills faster up close. The
Does
MP5,
it?
Yes, it does.
Does it?
It does. Yes, Ace said that. It's confirmed. It kills faster up close. Yeah.
Interesting. Go on.
It does. So Razinon was wrong as usual. As usual. Fucking wrong. So
with the 10 millimeter or the 9 millimeter?
I don't know. That he did not say, but he responded to somebody on Twitter. I was reading it, and he said the MP5 does more damage up close. So we'll wait for the full video.
Okay, did he say it does more damage, or does he say it kills faster? Those are different, right?
I think it kills faster.
You fucking idiot. Find the tweet. Find the tweet. Here's what I was going to say about the Vector. Yeah, I don't have it max level yet. I haven't been able to play too much, but the fire rate is obscenely fast, and the bullet velocity is obscenely slow. To me, it feels like of all the submachine guns within like 5 meters, it has the fastest time to kill in the game. Because when I turn a corner and surprise some goofy bitch and I'm ready to bang it out, they're instantly dead. You just pull the trigger, and if you're on them, they're dead instantly. That's what it feels like to me. But that's kind of also what an MP5 feels like. With that said, I would be very surprised if the time to kill, not the damage, but the time to kill was faster with an MP5.
Right, breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Okay.
At Exclusive Ace, 6:50 a.m., June 11th, 2020. That's today. That's this morning, by the way. MP5 actually kills faster up close.
That is crazy. We're gonna look into this. I need to make sure that this isn't fake news. I'm sure it's not, but I do want to see the tweet. I want to show all of you guys. By the way, Exclusive Ace, love this dude. He gives insane intel. Follow him on Twitter. Subscribe to him on YouTube. Very good information. And then we have fucking ads. We have ads. So where is it? Is it a reply or its own tweet, Tanner?
It's a reply. It's a reply.
Okay. Well, this is pissing me off.
Let me say, Control Ward, I think, pretty much said it perfectly. The Vector seems like the M13 of SMGs. No recoil, laser beam, but a low time to kill and damage. That's perfectly said.
Interesting. Well, I will take his word for it. If that's the case, then there's never a reason to use the Vector. What I was going to say was that the Vector occupies a very narrow niche in which if you want to kill people really fast in a 1v1 situation, the Vector is the best gun for that, assuming you're going to be very close to the target. But from a practical standpoint, MP5 is always going to be better because it has more range. It has a slower fire rate, so you can kill more people before you have to reload, probably, definitely. And it has way better bullet velocity. And as Control Ward said, the sprint out time, the ADS speed are all dumb on the MP5. But if the Vector doesn't even kill faster up close, then there's literally never a reason to use it instead of an MP5. None. It has no advantages. It has 0 advantages over an MP5 if that's the case.
Yeah. It needs like at least 10, maybe even 20 more bullets on the extended mag, honestly, to make it viable.
So here's a question. What do we do? Do we nerf the MP5 or do we buff the Vector?
Well, the game's been out for 8 months and the MP5 hasn't been nerfed, so they're not nerfing the MP5.
If it was up to you, what would you do?
Realistically, they're going to do nothing. If it were up to me, I would do both, I think. I think I would change the Vector to 50 round mags, and I would lower probably the damage on the MP5, and also the ADS speed is fucking crazy on that gun.
Interesting. Yeah, the way I think I'm kind of with you. I would do both. I would nerf the MP5 slightly, and I would buff the Vector's just ammo. Its default magazine should be 30 instead of 25, and its extended mags should be like 50 instead of 40.
It needs higher bullet velocity too, actually.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if it would need that because you would just use it as a really close range SMG. But that's interesting. That's good to know. I'm glad you figured that out.
There's no place in the game for that. Like, you're not going to use it on shipment because it takes 4 seconds to reload it, and then your bullets are spent in another second.
With 50 bullets, like, that's fine because the
you'll get
MP5 takes almost as long
house.
to reload.
Well, you can also kill with a 45 round mag of an MP5. You can kill 6 people if you're good. 8 people. That's pushing it, but you can with
Definitely
this stupid shit gun. You can maybe kill 3 people.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, anyways, for those of you listening, it is a good gun. Despite all of that, it's just not better than the MP5 in any way. I guess that's what we've learned today. Yeah. But it is very good. It is very good. It's just it's only good for really up close and for like 1v2 at the max. I feel like. Unless you're landing every single shot and you have really fast reaction time to let off the trigger as soon as someone dies. And some people are skilled enough to do that. They could get maybe 4 kills, like best case scenario, with the extended mags. But that's really like machine-like hard. So for those of you aimbotters listening, Control Ward, then you could maybe make use of that. So interesting. And then the CR56-Amax, also known as the Galil. What are your thoughts, Tanner? You've used this a little bit?
I have used it a little bit. I haven't had time to max it out because I was doing the dumb shit Vector. By the way, my Vector is maxed out. Watch my stream. I'm never going to use that gun again in my life, ever. I'm not ever going to pick it up. It's stupid. Never going to use it. The Galil, though, I'm really liking a lot. I played with it mostly on Ground War. It was... Well, I don't want to steal your line, so I'm not going to say that. But it's a good gun. You're going to say it when you talk about the Galil, so I'm not going to say it. It relates to the AK. Okay. Anyways, it's really fun to use. I'm only level like 25 with it, though. I know its thing is it's got a bunch of stock attachments, I believe. It has like 6 different stocks. So something weird is going to... Yeah. So something is going to be going on. Maybe it has like a skeleton-like stock. That's what I'm thinking.
I fucking hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really fun gun to use. I like it. But again, people kept thinking the Grau was going to get nerfed and this was going to overtake it in Warzone. It's not. The Grau didn't get nerfed either. But it's not going to overtake it. Yeah.
So just to butt in for 1 second. Yeah. Exclusive Ace tested the Grau. It has not changed in any way. The Grau has not been nerfed. It is exactly the same as it was before. And they should have nerfed that fucking gun, but they didn't. Or they should have buffed almost every other assault rifle. But anyways, go on.
The only thing it is better at is it does more damage to the chest than the Grau does. But in every other sense, the Grau is better. The Grau holds more rounds. It has less recoil. It has a higher... I think it has a lower ADS time. It should. Yeah, you ADS way quicker.
I'm going to reserve my judgments on that because you don't have all the attachments either, right, Tanner?
No, but I'm basing that off the handling that it's a 7.62. That's what I'm assuming it with.
That's fair. That's fair. But also, you have to take into account damage ranges too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the time to kill for the Grau might be higher inside 25 meters, and then the Galil takes it after that, which would mean maybe the Grau's better for multiplayer. Maybe the Galil's better for Warzone or something. I think that remains to be seen. It's going to take a minute for the meta to kind of catch up.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, even when the gun's level 1, it slaps pretty hard, to be honest. So dude, it's going to be a really good gun. I'm excited to have a good AR again. Like it's probably going to be a top 3 AR with the M4 and Grau.
I'm really excited about that too. And I think this is probably the line. I've been excited for any 7.62 assault rifle to be decent because they're all kind of shit. They're all kind of shit. Like, you're never going to use any 7.62 assault rifle in this game if you want to do your absolute best. You can do really well with like an Odin, for example. But if someone crowds you, as soon as you miss one bullet, your next bullet's not coming out of your gun for another 30 minutes because the fire rate's too low. So then you're just fucked. You're dead before your next bullet even comes out of your gun. And then, you know, like the Scar still handles too slowly. The AK is just fucking terrible all around, which is a shame because it's the best sounding gun in the game and it has 8 billion attachments. So you would think you could make the AK work, but if that was the case, it would have been done by now and it hasn't. So I'm excited to see if the Galil is going to be a really good weapon because it would be cool to have 2 ARs that are like S tier to borrow from the broader gaming community.
For sure.
That you could actually use like, okay, I want a long range assault rifle and I want to chamber this in a different caliber so that I get those thick damage ranges. I'm excited to see how it plays out once it's max level and all that shit. So
yeah, well, you didn't say what you said yesterday, so I'll say it. Raz said it yesterday, but the Galil is the gun that we would have liked the AK to be at launch.
Oh,
that's exactly what we would have loved. We were excited for the AK, and it didn't turn out that great.
Exactly. It turned out terrible. But yeah, exactly. That's what it's just what I wish the AK was, you know, for sure. So
yeah.
The Vector seems fun to use, kind of like how the M13 is fun. I feel you on that. The M13 is fun to me because it has no fucking recoil though. Like it's easy to use. It's not the best AR, but it's good enough and it's really easy to use. I think the Vector kind of would be like that, but it's so severely handicapped in the range department that that it doesn't have that same simplicity factor unless you're on like a particularly small map. But I do see what you're saying about like its power level being similar to an M13 kind of. I think I agree with that so far. I'm due for a haircut. I'll keep that in mind and you can stop counting my mic touches, you stupid bitch. Because of the horrible netcode, if you get one ghost bullet, you'll lose the fight with a low fire rate 7.62. That's a big point. That's why I thought the Vector was going to be so good. Because every gun in this game that has a really high fire rate is really good, except for the MG34. And the only reason that's not really good is because the handling and the reload speed are abysmal. But if that was not the case, that would be an insanely good gun. It kills faster than every other automatic weapon in this game, by the way. The MG34, it's fucking disgusting. But it's for other reasons it doesn't work that well. But everything else that has a really high fire rate in this game, they're all excellent weapons. And it's for that the netcode being shit is one of the many reasons that's the case. Because if one of your bullets just magically disappears and you're firing at 950 RPM, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're firing at 5 RPM, it's a huge deal. So yeah, that's a good point. That's why I thought the Vector was going to be so much better than it is. I expect a vector buff though, to be honest, because I think a lot of people are underwhelmed, and it's such a fan favorite that people aren't going to put up with it being dog shit. But that could have been the case for the AK2, and that implies an Infinity Ward listens to people, which they absolutely fucking don't. So who knows? Let's see. What else do we have here? That's pretty much it for those patch notes. Anything else you wanted to cover there?
No.
Okay.
There's still Spec Ops and Survival.
Which we will absolutely fucking not be covering. Unsubscribe from this podcast if you want to hear Spec Ops news. What's up, Mace? 5 RPM, are you fighting with muskets? No, I'm fighting with rhetoric. It's called hyperbole. Read a book. So anyways, let's move on here. Did you cover all of these? Yeah, you pretty much did, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Those are all done.
Got it. So next up, there's some Ps4 exclusive content. That's exactly,
players, by the way.
That's exactly the correct reaction to have. So this is a remnant of the deal, the exclusivity deal that they signed with PlayStation or with Sony. This won't be going on much longer, but nonetheless, it's still in effect, under contract. So the PlayStation exclusives they got are Survival Talsic Backlot. I think that's a Spec Ops. Yeah, so this is a Spec Ops bullshit, so don't care. And then also, earn exclusive rewards, including a new weapon blueprint in missions multiplayer.
Ooh, wow.
So there's a new, oh my God, there's a new blueprint for Submachine Gun Delta. Well, I don't know what that is. I've talked about this before. Tell me the name of the gun. Don't codename them, you cocksuckers.
No, what's funny too is this is Charlie Intel's article, right? They don't even go in and look up what gun it was because they don't fucking know and they don't want to look either.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Exactly. MP, yes, we did talk about that. And you know what's funny? You're being sarcastic. So for those of you listening, MP Control Ward, Call of Duty PC royalty, has said, have you guys talked about the very creative and amazing new maps they added? We did talk about them and how they are neither creative nor amazing. Scrapyard is a piece of content that has been recycled thrice now. Once for Verdansk, once for Boneyard, and then a third time for Scrapyard. So great. And then the other one was Promenade, which is recycled twice, I think. Once in Verdansk, and then a second time in Ground War. And in that case, it is not even close to amazing. It's one of the worst Ground War maps in the fucking game. So yeah, I was lambasting them for trying to pawn this off as like a bunch of new content when it's actually not that at all. It's just more restricted maps. It's dumb. But yeah, we did cover it. And if you wanted to, listen to that portion, you could find us on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. So go ahead, Tanner.
We even quoted your buddy Nate that it's one of the laziest maps we've ever seen in Call of Duty.
Yeah, absolutely. Which it absolutely is. We
could talk about just that map for a whole episode of how bad it is.
Yeah, we absolutely could. Yeah, we know, Dub. We know. So yeah, I guess Scrapyard is recycled like 4 times if you want to take it that far, because it is from MW2. So anyways, moving on here. Is this the roadmap, Tanner? The Modern Warfare Season 4 Battle Pass is live with Captain Price. This is from their blog.
You linked those.
I know, but I don't know if it constitutes a roadmap or not.
We don't want to go through that. That's going to be a bunch of stuff we've already talked about, but more confusing. It's giving a background of every operator that we don't fucking care about.
Yeah. So for those of you watching on YouTube, you can find this on Activision.com. It's one of their blogs. This is just about the battle pass. So you pay whatever, $20 and you get some cosmetic bullshit. Yeah, pretty much everything here we've gone over. And then we also got some more shit about Price. He is the new operator, by the way, along with Kyle Garrick. These are 2 new operators for the Coalition faction that you can use in multiplayer or Spec Ops if you're a 12-year-old. And then there's a bunch of new cosmetics, weapon skins, shit like that. So
I think this is the worst battle pass so far. What do you think?
they're all shit. I mean, what else would you want? Like, what did last battle pass have that this one doesn't?
I guess you're right. They're all bad. This one, I don't know why I always expect them to be better though. I guess I'm expecting like Fortnite battle passes, which are actually pretty dope, but
Doubt it.
this shit game, I mean, half of them are like 15 minutes of double weapon XP. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm looking at this this little image. You see my stream? This image on stream?
Yeah.
There is a little bit of new info here. So that's what Trench looks like, by the way. I hadn't seen this image yet. We got price, the 2 guns, 50v50, the contract, contraband, and more. So we're going to get an operator called Rose. I'm assuming she's going to be for Allegiance, which is interesting. Cheshire Park, which I don't know what that looks like. What does this image remind you of, Tanner?
Hacienda.
Dude, Hacienda, yes. As soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, that looks like Hacienda.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, I hated Hacienda in BO4.
Well,
but
it was middle of the road map.
It is better than every map in Modern Warfare, so I would welcome it for sure. So that'll be interesting. But it looks too big to be a gunfight map. Yeah, new multiplayer map. So that's interesting. And then new multiplayer modes, all or nothing, one in the chamber, team defender. I don't know what 2 of those 3 things mean.
We don't know and we don't care.
New weapons, Rytech AMR and Kali sticks. So Kali sticks, like Kali and Eskrima, it's a martial art with sticks, unsurprisingly. So that's just a melee weapon. The Rytech AMR, does that look like a sniper to you?
Yeah, it looks like a Barrett. It's the one we talked about. It's the Barrett 50 cal, basically, what they're thinking, but it's the anti-material rifle. So it's a larger caliber.
Got it.
Something, I don't know.
And then BR Realism, that's going to be terrible. Juggernaut Royale, don't know what that's going to mean exactly, but we did kind of theory craft about that.
Yeah, Doug's got some stuff on that, I think.
Yeah, that's possible. New contract supply run. So that's a new Warzone contract, and then more. And then weapon mastery challenges. I don't know why that's in the Warzone updates heading. But nonetheless, we can expect some more shit. What do you think this sniper is going to be like? Do you have any new theories on that? I know we've talked about it before.
I think it's going to be a sniper everybody ends up hating, probably.
Okay.
It's going to probably be a very slow fire rate. It's probably going to have a shitload of recoil. Every time you shoot it, your fucking reticle is going to go straight
Just
up in the sky.
Up. Yeah. I feel like it's just going to be like an HDR with FMJ.
Yeah, I mean, people always want snipers, but it's like, dude, why? What do you want a sniper for so bad? Run around and kill people. Stop sitting in the back with a sniper.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I've always
HDR, but slower. That makes sense.
That's probably what it's going to be like, and that's not what we need. I was saying this last time we talked about it. I would prefer something like a Locust, which was a balance between the Koshka and the Paladin. I don't think this sniper is going to be that.
Yeah, that's what the console kiddies want. They want to be able to quick scope, as they say. So
and also reliably get one taps. Yeah.
Yeah, and this isn't going to do that. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. Agreed. So next section, some news items. MP Control Ward, thank you for the follow. Okay. Tire SL1 and DFEC, thank you, boys, for the follows. Much appreciated. It's an honor and a privilege to have you in this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Why is my Discord link not working, dude? It's making me so mad. Anyway, I'm going to link it for you guys right now. Invite people, copy, and paste. I will fix that later, but join the fucking Discord. It's popping. So free multiplayers this weekend from June 12th to 15th. I doubt anyone listening to this does not own the game. Actually, no, probably some of you play Warzone only since that's free to play. So if you wanted to like level guns for custom loadouts that you use all the time in Warzone, you should take advantage of this free multiplayer weekend and level up all your favorite guns because you could do it way faster in multiplayer than in Warzone, obviously. And that'll be June 12th to the 15th. Here is our next news item, which is a little unrelated, but interesting. This is from none other than Joe Apricot himself, as twitch.tv/Seritron refers to him. There was a little tweet thread. Some dude said we need a new sniper. And then Joe Seacott basically confirmed that. I guess I didn't see the roadmap before this because we're already confirmed to get a new sniper, but we're going to be seeing that this season, obviously. So that's interesting. This is particularly interesting, but not terribly surprising. So people were theorizing that we were going to get COD 2020 when we were going to get a COD 2020 reveal when the PS5 was revealed. A lot of people were theorizing and hoping that that was the case. PS5 event happened. It came and went. There was no such reveal. So now we have a statement from ostensibly Treyarch. The event for the PS5 thing is officially done, and there was no Call of Duty 2020 reveal in the stream. Activision has been partnered with PlayStation since 2015 for marketing rights, so this is where it would have happened. And then Jason Schreier, who is somehow related to this whole thing, has said, no COD. New COD might not be announced for a while, last I heard. So, okay, Douglas, for sure. I'll check it after the pod. We should be done pretty soon. New COD might not be announced for a while, last I heard. This is not surprising given the riots, the delay of Season 4, mainly because of COVID. I'm not surprised it hasn't been released yet. But this is already, if it was released right now, like announced rather, it would be the latest announcement in Call of Duty history. So I'm very curious, how much longer can this go on? Is there some kind of event coming up where they would announce it, or are they just going to go guerrilla and do it themselves on Twitter and other social media platforms? Do you think they wait for an event? Do you have any timeline in your mind, Tanner?
Well, Doug at Modern Warzone, by the way. I think they're almost positive at this point it's going to somehow tie in with what's going on with the Warzone map. Like something's going to happen, the in-game event. That's what they're leaning towards. But honestly, dude, I keep thinking this game is going to be delayed. Because why would they wait this long? I know we heard that shit before that was like, the game is on schedule. But how can we trust anybody? I don't know who said that. I don't know if it was Activision. I'm sure it was some random person. But
yeah,
how can we trust anybody when they also told us that like a battle royale was never coming to this game? And
True.
A bunch of other things they've lied to us about. I'm honestly starting to lean towards
twice.
Yeah. Yep. I'm honestly starting to lean towards it's going to be delayed or something. So
I wonder how much it would be delayed by.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be delayed an entire year because I'm 99% sure that wouldn't happen.
I fucking pray.
This game may be delayed 2 months or something, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that. But
that
who
wouldn't
knows?
be the end of the world. While Doug is
We'll
here,
see.
maybe we can make use of his knowledge. Doug, do you think COD 2020 is going to get delayed? This is at Modern Warzone, by the way, one of the most preeminent leakers of our time in the Call of Duty scene. So we will see. We'll see if he has an inside scoop for us here. This is one of the benefits of listening to the Dropshot, dude. We rub elbows in elite circles, as it were. MP Control Ward, Tartar Bits, Syrian follows me, J God follows Tanner, Young Douglas
Next up, Ninja
is the homie. 100% in-game event was the last thing I was told, said Young Douglas at Modern Warzone. So I think Tanner, I think you got this from Modern Warzone, Doug, that follow him on Twitter at Modern Warzone at Tanner Dropshot, that they're going to announce COD 2020 whenever they do another in-game event for this game, for Warzone, which I assume would be during Season 4, correct?
Well, shit, I hope so.
I hope so,
Jesus,
too.
I mean, do something.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Amen. Amen. EV Dog with the tier 1 sub. Let's fucking go. EV Dog, welcome, sir. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here in this small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Now, this is another little leak we got. And here we're going to, class, if you can direct your attention to the screen, courtesy of none other than Young Douglas himself, modernwarzone.com. COD 2020 revealed via the Red Door game on PSN database. So this leak is just like a day or two old. And this was basically the first confirmation that we got about COD 2020. We got quite a bit more information on it because it was in like the PlayStation Network database. I don't know how that works. Don't own a PlayStation. Own a PlayStation, excuse me, not 12. And then games apparently have leaked in this way before. And then if you're looking at the screen here, this is just a lot of kind of information and evidence for what this actually is. It's 71 gigabytes. And then according to these data miners, it's too large to be an indie title, and particularly too large to be a title that no one's ever heard of. There are a bunch of other pieces of evidence. COD 2020 Int Alpha is also in the name. Pretty obvious, self-explanatory. So there's more confirmation of that. I think the fact that they chose Red Door is very curious. I don't know if that's strictly a code name or if it's going to have some bearing on the story, the campaign, the aesthetic. I don't know. But there were also some acronyms in the in these files in the PSN. Multiplayer, ZM for zombie mode. So if you like zombies, that is probably coming back. WZ Warzone, and then CP campaign or COD points or something more sinister. Last but not least, this one we aren't sure of, WZZM. Douglas at Modern Warzone speculates that might be Warzone zombie mode, but that's in the air. So that is very interesting. Unsurprising that it's out there somewhere in the ether. But this was a lot of information, and I encourage you guys to go to modernwarzone.com and read the article yourself because it's pretty lengthy, and it's got, it's not that lengthy, but it's got quite a bit more information in it and more evidence to support that this is, in fact, COD 2020. So that will be interesting. That is interesting to know, especially because this is all coming out before anything has been announced for COD 2020. Red Door seems weird to me. It almost seems arbitrary, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Red Door has some meaning. They said it somewhere that somehow related to some shit. I can't think of what it was. Something to do with the Russians.
It could be because like Red Scare, the Red Star. Yeah. And that would comport with the fact that it's going to be like Vietnam era or like Cold War era. So, and yeah, TGR's video got taken down. Everything related to that got fucking taken down. You guys have all been getting DMCA'd as a result of the leaks, which is kind of another piece of evidence that it is something substantive. If it were a question, it basically isn't now because they wouldn't be DMCAing the fuck out of all of you if it wasn't something that you guys were onto. So, Pritch says, if Raz insults console gamers once more today, I'm never giving him a bit or sub again. Monka S. I've addressed this before. They're all jokes. We're playing a video game. Let's keep that in mind. Doesn't matter what I say. I'm a child living in his parents' house at 28 years old. Arrested Development. So anyways, what else do we have here? This is what I wanted to talk about the most as far as news items, because this fucking confused me. This dickhead, Jeff Grubb, is some kind of insider. And this apparently has some meaning. And he says, this was 2 days ago. In other shocking news, Blackout is going to return in some form with Black Ops this year. What the fuck does that mean? Because Blackout, as you guys may remember, was the battle royale for Black Ops 4 last year. And we've gotten basically confirmation that Warzone will be continuing for longer than just this year. So would it be both Blackout and Warzone? Were they lying? Is this person wrong? Is someone wrong, or can these both coexist at the same time? Maybe Blackout is the zombie mode, the zombie multiplayer mode, whereas Warzone stays the BR. Did you hear about this at all, Tanner? What are your thoughts?
I heard about it. I don't know if I really believe it. I mean, who is this guy? Click on his name. Who is he?
All right, hold on.
Is he at Modern Warzone or at the Gaming Revolution? Because if he's not, I don't fucking care.
He's not.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly who he is. But I saw this multiple places.
Yeah.
Which gave it some validity. But I'm kind of with you. I don't put more stock in this than I put in Activision themselves saying that they're going to continue Warzone for longer than just this year. But they might be doing something weird with Blackout. It's something to keep in mind. I just don't know what it could mean.
Yeah, I don't even have a guess. I mean,
I don't have a guess either.
They couldn't have both games at the same time. Why would they?
They definitely wouldn't. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I have exactly zero ideas as to what that could mean.
Yeah. So.
And frankly, I don't care.
I'm kind of with you there. If you guys hear anything more about Blackout, let us know. Let Doug know at Modern Warzone. He can investigate further, although I'm sure he'll hear about it before any of you do, if there's something to this. But if we do see something about Blackout in the future, then maybe this Jeff Grubb kid was right. I thought it was interesting because a lot of people were like thinking there's something to this. But again, I don't see how two BRs could coexist in the Call of Duty universe at the same time. So
yeah,
that's go ahead.
Snob just posted in our Discord. Oh my god, how did I not think of this? The new ground war map is fucking stupid. Let's make it the exact width of a white foss and not test it. Dude, I didn't even think of that. There's no escaping it.
Dude, that is fucking funny.
You could get like 20 kills with the white foss first drop. Oh my god, I did not even think of that.
That is super funny, actually.
Oh, I want to try that so bad now. It's going to be my new favorite map. That's
okay.
So funny. I can only imagine. That in a gunship. Oh my god.
That is really funny. That is really funny. All right, so we're going to wrap it up shortly, but Tanner, PS5 was announced. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I didn't look at the specs or anything. It looks like an Alienware case. I know that. Looks like Alienware built the PC. I'm hearing anything from the price is going to be $399 to $800. So if you're spending $800,
it's not going to be $400. There's 0% chance it's going to be $400.
No,
it's going to be more than that.
No, there's a lot of. I literally looked it up 2 minutes ago, and the latest leaks say the cheapest one is going to be $399.
Okay, we'll see.
There will be various models of it, but anyways,
we'll see.
If it's close to $800 and you're buying one instead of building an entry-level gaming PC, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's all.
So
factually correct. Yeah, I just saw that it was announced. I don't care. If you're thinking of buying a PS5, buy a computer instead. Worst case scenario, you can continue to get aim assist on your controller. Just use the controller on a PC. You'll get higher frames. It'll be upgradable.
You can change your graphics settings.
Yeah, you can change your field of view. You can have a high refresh rate. It's just strictly better. So don't buy a PS5. That's what I would say about that. But yeah. Anything else, young Tanner?
I don't think so.
Do you need to restart your PC?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. My Twitch is lagging. I want to make sure.
Okay, go ahead and do that now.
Reboot.
Go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to catch up on chat here. Pritch, thank you for the single solitary bit, sir. Young Dijon, what's up, dude? Console gamers, Lameo, sus. Yeah, that's Razinon, sus, indeed, sir. BR drinking game. Interesting. Interesting. Blackout. Ha, that's funny. I get it now. Blackout. That is a funny name for a BR drinking game. Got an official email from Activision, had to take down the Red Door image from the website, but that was it. That's the only image they could ask me to take down. Oh, interesting, Doug. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I wonder what that could mean. I guess we'll find out soon enough, you know. We'll find out soon enough. So, yeah. We're going to have more thoughts for you guys on Saturday once we've played more of Season 4. But today we just wanted to wait, obviously, until Season 4 was out before we covered it, before we went over it. So we at least had some patch notes, our roadmap, and we played it a little bit to go over it, but we haven't gone over it totally. But like I said, on Saturday, we'll have more fully formed thoughts for you guys. Tanner, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, I wanted to say thank you to everyone for the insane support last week when we had young Douglas on the program. And today, again, I want to thank everyone who gave the support. We've got quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact. Pritch with the very many gifted subs. Dirty, Segment, Reagan, aka Young Douglas, Fado, Silvo, Call Me Al, Brunner Joe, Steina's Boys, MP Control Ward, and Doug for the follows. Royalty right there. Thank you, boys. And for all the other follows, Eve Dog, and of course, Pritch, and Dirty with the 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. Thank you all, boys. Dirty, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to continue to do this for all the boys. We're going to go play Call of Duty, the video game. I think we're doing Warzone. So I'm going to raid Tanner. We are going to stay in this fucking chat until the raid's done. And then you're going to watch us dual cam playing Season 4 live for the first fucking time. Thank you everyone for the support. Dirty, thank you again. And everyone else. We will be back on Saturday with some more intricate analysis and reviews of Season 4 and the new guns. Have an excellent evening. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.